JMJC Radio,
news,
sports,
wrestling,
and much more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your faces back to another episode of JMJC Radio. I am your host, Jeremy Chaput. Now, in today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about the players eligible for the 2025 and 2026 NHL Draft. Now, I know I'm getting ahead of myself because the 2024 draft hasn't even started, but I wanted to do this now, and I'll do it next year too and the year after. But don't worry, I'm just doing this ahead of time because there are some players related to current players, current coaches, former players, former coaches. Anyways, let's get into it. For the 2025 draft, first up we have Victor Eklund, who is the brother of current San Jose Sharks center William Eklund. During the 2020-21 season, he had 9 points in 3 games. During the 21-22 season, he had 19 points in 14 games. During the 22-23 season, he had 16 points in 16 games and 25 points in 14 games. That's with 2 different teams. And during the 23-24 season, he had 25 points in 30 games and 20 points in 19 games, and that was with 2 different teams. Next up, we have Luka Radivojevic, who is the son of former Phoenix Coyotes, Philadelphia Flyers, and Minnesota Wild right-wingers Branko Radivojevic. During the 2022-23 season, 19 points in 21 games, and during the 23-24 season, 33 points in 43 games. Moving over to Eric Nilsson, who is the son of former Florida Panthers and Calgary Flames winger Marcus Nilsson. During the 2021-22 season, he had 29 points in 26 games, and during the 2023 season, he played with 4 different teams, where he had 18 points in 9 games, 7 points in 3 games, 18 points in 9 games, and 10 points in 11 games. And during the 2023-24 season, he played with 2 different teams, where he had 23 points in 12 games and 26 points in 15 games. Now, moving over to Mikael Eriksson, who is the nephew of former Columbus Blue Jackets center Espen Knutson. During the 21-22 season, 69 points in 26 games. During the 22-23 season, he played with 2 different teams, where he had 49 points in 11 games and 50 points in 22 games. And during the 23-24 season, he played with 2 different teams again, where he had 22 points in 10 games and 47 points in 23 games. Moving over to William Horkoff, who is the son of former Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Stars center Sean Horkoff. During the 21-22 season, he had 115 points in 62 games, and during the 22-23 season, 173 points in 80 games. Moving over to L.J. Mooney, who is the cousin to current Arizona Coyotes, or also known at this point Utah. This hasn't been updated in a while. Center Logan Cooley. LJ, during the 21-22 season, had 50 points in 32 games. During the 21-22 season, he played with 2 different teams, where he had 30 points in 13 games and 12 points in 10 games. During the 22-23 season, he played with 2 different teams, where he had 21 points in 13 games and 80 points in 54 games. And during the 23-24 season, he had 33 points in 41 games with 1 team and 23 points in 32 games with another team. Moving over to Michael Misa, who is the brother of 2024 draft prospect Luke Misa. During the 21-22 season, he had 43 points in 27 games. During the 22-23 season, 56 points in 45 games. And 23-24 season, he had 75 points in 67 games. Now, I didn't cover his brother in the 2024 draft podcast episode because his brother was not very good. That's all I'm going to say. And finally, for 2025, we have Sacha Boumediene, who is the son of current Columbus Blue Jackets assistant coach Joseph Boumediene. During the 2022-23 season, 17 points in 15 games and 42 points in 49 games. And during the 23-24 season, 25 points in 47 games. Moving over to the 2026 draft, we have Logan Stewart, who is the son of former San Jose Sharks, Boston Bruins, Detroit Red Wings, and Colorado Avalanche defenseman Brad Stewart. 21-22 season, 31 points in 17 games. 22-23 season, 68 points in 27 games. And 23-24 season, 85 points in 64 games. Here's a name you guys will probably know. Joe Iginla, who is the son of former Calgary Flames right winger, Colorado Avalanche right winger, and Hockey Hall of Famer Jerome Iginla, and brother to 2024 draft prospect Tidge Iginla. During the 21-22 season, he had 35 points in 30 games and 49 points in 48 games. During the 22-23 season, 65 points in 27 games and 142 points in 60 games. And during the 23-24 season, 49 points in 29 games. And finally, Adam Nemec, who is the brother to current New Jersey Devils defenseman Simon Nemec. Adam, during the 21-22 season, had 55 points in 15 games and 51 points in 21 games. During the 22-23 season, 88 points in 43 games, and during the 23-24 season, 57 points in 43 games. Well, there you guys have it. There's all the players eligible for the 25-26 NHL Drafts that I want to talk to you guys about so far. Like I said, I will do this podcast episode again in 2025 and again in 2026, and probably every year after that, as long as Spotify continues and as long as I can continue to do this. Anyways, this has been JMJC Radio with your host, Jeremy Chaput. And as my two sayings always go, always shoot your shot before it's too late, and always tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know how much time you have left with them. Thank you guys for listening. Have an awesome day, and I will talk to you next time.